So tell us where we are and what Nia is doing.
Uh, yeah, so they are having their meeting, and Nia is collecting this poison that she. And when the one delivering the breakfast has gone away, she knows that she will have about 10 minutes or so before someone from the room will go and collect the breakfast. So in that time, she will poison the tea and the coffee or whatever beverage they will have.
Okay.
And yeah,
So that's an interesting and sociopathic thing to do. So
yes.
I will only. I think I'm going to visualize this maybe a little bit differently, and you can always alter it. But I'm going to look at this situation after we see that Nia is doing this. I want to look at the situation from inside where they are having their breakfast. And what I see there, it's not a place where you could, it's not like a cafeteria or any public place like that. It would look a little bit like a university classroom. It would have some kind of suitable but not very comfortable chairs with wooden panels and metal, curving metal, kind of bouncy. You sit on it, and
Yeah.
because it's like an S, and so you one of those, and so it has those kinds of chairs, and it has a screen that you can use to give presentations with, and a few other things of that kind. It looks like some cross between a classroom and a conference room, and the people in it have just pulled their chairs more or less facing one another. So it's not really a circle, just a kind of a group facing each other, jumble of chairs. And what Gregory is doing is he is upset because so few people are there. There are only 5 other people besides him, and one of them is very angry and says, "Where's Laura? Where is Laura?" And Gregory says, "Laura doesn't matter anymore. That's over." And someone else says, "This is ridiculous. Nothing ever happens. Um, we try these things and nothing works. What happened to that guy? I thought you had this navigator guy who was going to fix everything." And Gregory he's having this difficult discussion. He doesn't really look like he has been very good shape either. And so someone irritated says, "Is that coffee here yet or not?" And goes out and brings it back in and sets it down. Um, and here is my idea, and you are all going to kill me, but I am the producer and I have the budget and I get to do things like this because the name of there is the food on the ship, maybe not for everywhere on the ship, but most of the places where groups come and get regular meals is owned or licensed to a particular restaurant. And so that means you will go, and everywhere you go for a meal of this kind, the employees will have the same uniforms, and the food will have the same logo is on the wall. And the important point is that, well, one important point is that different levels or areas of the ship have different styles. So this one will be a more kid friendly, or this one will be more formal, but they are all the same franchise, and they all have the same basic menu. And I think that the name of this franchise is going to be Ronald's. And so it's a science fiction version of a familiar franchise with a famous R, a famous stylized R is its logo. If you were on Earth, you could see that big R standing on top of the restaurant. Here, it's just on the wall. Oh, and on Sam's uniform too, of course. So that's so these coffee cups.
When did I change my job?
Change your what?
When did I change my job? I was very comfortable and nice in a little cafeteria on the lower decks.
Oh, that's what I'm talking about.
Did I get there?
No, you're not. No, you're not there. I am just talking about what's on your uniform when you are working in the cafeteria. So, at least they don't make you wear a pirate hat or something like that. So
all the small things.
So then the reason I talk about that here is because, of course, the coffee and the tea and the little bags with muffins and things, they all have the same R on them. So, which is only normal. It's so normal here that nobody even notices it. Now, I believe we have a conflict about whether all these people get poisoned. Is that correct?
Yeah, I guess. I hope they do.
If they don't get poisoned, things will be very difficult for you, I think. I think they will get sick enough that, or enough of them will survive or something like that, that it depends on the narrator to say exactly how lethal this turns out to be. The question is whether Nia is identified as the problem. That is our conflict. So this is sort of a long-term conflict about whether somebody finally tracks down the source, especially since this is not the first time Nia has been up to something of this kind. So, are we ready for a conflict?
Yes.
Okay. So I believe...
I was wondering, Keith has been involved with helping me with all this, so maybe a card from him. I don't know.
We haven't really played him. We've only seen you sneak up here, so I think Sneaky is involved.
Okay. Yeah.
And so you have a card. You have a base of 2. Is that correct? For your spotlight.
Base.
Yeah.
Yes, I have 2.
Yeah. Screen presence. Yes. Sorry. So. And I have my 1 card, and I have all this beautiful new budget sitting here. And frankly, Nia, I think that you have been getting away with terrible, terrible things all this time. So I'm going to spend
You can have a fan mail from me first. So
I see. Okay.
You can see that Ron is putting on his spender pants here and just spreading the budget all over the place.
That's
so
right. You see? What do you think that R is? How do you think I got my R, right? Was spending budget.
Yeah.
So I'm going to put those 5 cards in with the 1, so I have the maximum of 6 cards. Nia, or Sandra, for Nia, you're looking at 3 cards, and I believe you have 2 fan mail available for you.
Let's use them all.
Okay.
I need this.
It's like there. You know, I was thinking of you today, Sandra, because I have been enjoying watching a set of my DVDs because I finally have a working DVD player. And of course, that means I pulled out my copies of Spartacus, Blood and Sand, which is one of the great modern classics. And one of the recurring phrases through the show, the first season, is "kill them all." And I found myself saying, that sounds like Nia.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that tends to be a bit of my gameplay. Yeah.
All right. Well, so I am looking now at 5 total cards for Nia, with 2 of them are in fan mail, and the rest of the group has the option to put their own fan mail on either side of the conflict.
Yeah, I just my fan mail went over to.
I'm okay. So I was a little bit confused. You spent your fan mail for a card. Is that correct, Ola?
I have one. I think I have one fan mail, right?
Uh-huh.
Uh,
And so
So
that
I
went to a
give
card
that
for her.
to-
Okay. Okay. I confused
Yeah.
myself slightly about something. Let me fix that all over again. Here,
Mm.
here,
so I have
and
no fan mail at all now.
right. And here. Okay,
Max,
so
you want me to kill
let
them
me
who kill?
let me figure this out. Let's see. Sandra, that means you had one fan mail. So you get one card for your fan mail. And then Ola has spent one as well. So it's 5 cards, but one is yours and one is Ola's. Sorry, I had to rearrange my little board because I didn't understand. So Ola now has no fan mail. Sandra has no fan mail. Helma has 3. Max has 1. And are we ready to read some cards?
Sure.
Okay. Well,
Yeah.
you may be very...
You're about to say something.
Yeah,
Somewhere.
I was going to ask you if you didn't want me to kill those who hurt your father. I'm trying to fish for some more.
You know what? Whatever you two come up with, I'll be in trouble. So
That's right.
nothing here. Should I be thankful?
I think Mark will. I will wait with the fan mail.
Okay.
For
Well, it's not. It might be a very difficult moment for you because I have 4 red cards out of my 6, whereas you, have 1 red card in your base 3. For your fan mail, you have a black card. I think that's the end for you, and you have a red card for Ola's fan mail.
For me.
So that goes back into the budget. This goes away, and then these go here. So and then those from, okay. So we now have an audience pool of 5. So that means that, and I had a ridiculous amount of aces and things, so I get to narrate. I have aces and kings and things like that. So let us talk a little bit about what happens. Well, I think that we don't have to worry about the leadership or this part of the leadership of the Midnight Truth anymore, because they are either fatally poisoned or are put into a position that is, I'm going to say that she's not going to get exactly what she wants. They are not actually killed, but they are definitely kept out of circulation from now on. They are going to reconsider their life choices at the very least. And the overall effect, really, since this was probably already going to happen, but this is going to make it faster, that the Midnight Truth as an organization is probably not going to survive this set of events. But the trouble is, there are some things that probably aren't going to, some things that probably are not going to be tolerated. And Nia, you may have to face the possibility of being recycled. They've got better things to do than take care of psychopaths and poisoners and things, and so they how am I going to? This is probably serious enough where they will put you into some quarters that are not being used, and you are guarded, and the question is whether they are going to recycle you. Your case is under review.